map. So last time, I guess I should probably give a little recap. And maybe that's a little bit more professional, better high quality. But last time we were here, I built the first little dungeon for a new campaign. One that I may end up using, one that I may not. But I built this little dungeon here, had some kobolds and different encounters and stuff. And over the week, since I did this and put it together, I had some other ideas and stuff, how to change some things. But mostly minor things, some like housekeeping stuff that is nice. So for the encounters, like I put KD in front of each of the encounters. So I know that the Kobold Dungeon KD, that's what it stands for. And those are all grouped together because these are grouped alphabetically, things like that. But I also did a lot of thinking of what we wanted to do next and what I wanted to do with the map. Because I like to have maps for my world, especially if there's like a free sort of open roaming sort of area that the players can go through. And I've had a few different ideas that I've used. Is the stream up? It is, okay. And what I like to use, Incarnate, is one that I've used before. And I know it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like much at all. And it might not look like much afterwards, honestly. I'm not talented. Remember, I don't know what I'm doing really, but it'll look like something at the end. And I've used Incarnate a little bit before. I'm still sort of new to it. But we'll try and spice this up a little bit and put some towns down. Nothing fancy for this map. This may not be a super long stream either. I mean, obviously, no one's watching the stream right now. But if you're watching the VOD for any reason, I appreciate it. And you know how long this is going to be, so it might be short or not. Let's get started. So yeah, the Dragon of Argon Mountain. So this is Argon Mountain, or it will be, I guess. And I set this up a little beforehand just to be sure. This didn't look absolutely terrible, and maybe it does look absolutely terrible, but I've just put the ground as, you know, the free sort of version. I'm using the free version of Incarnate. It's free to use. I don't think I've even named this map yet. You'd use that? I don't even know how to name it. I think that name your map. Okay. I've used it a little bit before. I know how some of the controls work. I know how you can put down different things. So I need to pick stamp, right? Okay, yeah, it's easier to do that, I think. So they've got a little catalog. Some of the starred stuff is some of the premium things that you got to pay to use. But obviously, there's plenty of stuff that you can use for different trees and things. I need to lower the size a lot. But see, yeah, I can place little forests all around and stuff. We'll be doing that. But I think first I got to decide where this town is going to be. This is going to be a smaller town. I think we're going to have, for a low-level party, you want to start in a smaller town. Generally, it's easier to sort of have control over where they go and stuff. At least if you're doing something for new players, right? I think that's a good idea. Experienced players, obviously, you can do whatever you want with them because they know what they're doing, right? But I'm sort of assuming this is going to be for new players and experienced players, so I want to do everything you would do for both of them, or at least consider everything you would normally do for both of them. I cut my finger. Yeah, I got a paper cut right under my fingernail today, and it's been bugging me really, really bad. I'm going to be like picking at that all day. Apologies. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but let's see. So they've got a couple of different things that you can use to sort of represent towns. There's like little villages, right? And that can be, you know, a bigger, smaller. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I can delete that just like that. Yes, okay. Delete that like that. Okay. How do I scroll on here? WSD, arrow keys, right click, right and left. Is it middle mouse? No, what? Nope, I don't want to back hit all the buttons on my mouse and it's not doing anything. Yeah, we don't. Maybe we just have to use fit to screen every single time. What are the shortcuts? Move, asterisk. Hold shift for larger steps. But I was hitting the arrows. Oh, it's moving this individually. Okay, okay. We're almost there. Panning is spacebar. I have to hold spacebar and pan. Okay. Relearning this a little bit. Relearning it a little bit. Do I even want to use this village? Do I want to use this village at all? Let's see what other options we got. We got this sort of walled city. I don't think this is a walled city. I think this is a crappy little village. This is a bigger looking city. A bit different, but I don't think we'll be using that one. Human town. I think this is a village. This is going to be a fairly small town. It's a normal looking one. It's not like a orc village or orc town or anything. I would probably use for like some sort of bandit camp or something, but I'm not sure I want to put bandits in this campaign yet. I think it might just all be monsters. But yeah, I think we've got a little village size thing. And how big do I want to make it? And how far do I want to put away from this mountain, right? Because I need to think of space bars. I need to think of how far away. Like I'm probably gonna give them a map that looks about like that, or at least is about that generally centered. You can sort of see if I move my camera a little bit, little town where I have it down there, or at least where I have it sitting at the moment. Because what I think I want to do is I want to like put the town maybe over here and then have like a large major city, or eventually they'll work their way towards. But I want them to have a little bit territory here. But I also want to talk about the design of how I'm going to sort of structure, I guess, the areas around where the dragon will live, right? And I want to keep like the back, sort of clean of towns and villages and stuff. And I might even, leave this map like this and have different versions. And I just, as they find more stuff, I can add stuff in, which might be hard if I do it on the fly. I can always make a new map and upload it pretty quickly, but generally I like to give them a map that's got all the towns on it, so I don't have to worry about it. Discovering stuff, and I can label these too, right? I think I actually have to add in text like that, either like that, or there's little banners and stuff we can use. We'll figure out a name for it later. But I'm just sort of warming up here, sort of thinking, getting my thoughts together. And I think I'm gonna put the town down here. Where do we want to put these other towns? I think we want the big town over here on the right. Not quite the opposite side of the entire mountain, but like far enough away that it's like reasonably okay. We came to this town because the big town's on the other side, so we had to come here first. This is sort of relative justification. I think we'll use the. Do we want to use the walled city? I think we use the walled city over here. This might be. I don't know if I'd say that's too big in relation. I think we should make it a little bit bigger. It doesn't 100% have to be to scale, right? This will probably fill up an entire hex. Can I actually put? I can't remember. No, that's something else. What is that? The pass tool? No, I don't need that. Grid tool. Yes. How do I grid? So I want to show grid. Grid options. Show grid. Yes. I don't want that grid. I want a hex grid. Nice. And then how do I change its size? Oh. Okay, not that. Yeah, thin lines. I like the thin lines so you can see the map a bit better. Okay, yeah, that changes the size of them. Good, okay. See, it's nice. We'll use that in Fantasy Grounds. We can make hex grids in Fantasy Grounds that work like great. We'll put these in the center of the hexes. How far do I want these towns away? It's not something I have to decide right now, but it's good. It might help. I think if I think how far these towns are, I think what I typically do is a day of travel will travel 2 total hexes, and I'll have them roll an encounter for each day of travel. And yeah, I usually have them roll a d12. I took this from Matt Coville. Pretty good idea. I have them roll a d12. Higher is worse. And depending on how dangerous it is, right? A 9 might not be an encounter in a fairly safe town, especially if there's a road going along. But if they're in the forest, a 9 might be an encounter because I'll run into other different dangers and stuff. And you might not even have to roll it all, obviously, if it's safe. I don't want random encounters to run the entire game. So I think this is probably fine as far as like the size of the hexes, right? I'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish I'll move this down one more hex just to make it almost perfectly 10. Maybe I may need to path a little bit better. But yeah, that doesn't look all too bad. And 10 days travel, that seems sort of realistic. It's not like a huge amount. It's kind of large. I'm kind of worried it's a little too long for them to travel because that's a lot of encounters to roll, and I need to put stuff in here. I need to fill entertaining things along the way. Can I stretch this? I want to kind of make it taller. Are there advanced controls? There's probably advanced controls, but I probably don't have them. I'd like to stretch it a little bit taller. Maybe I need to move it down a little bit. I'll move it down a little bit. There, that doesn't look too bad. Because I want this mountain to be obviously the center of the major area around here. And the dragon is going to operate. I think anytime that the players get close, like within, like I guess as you can see, the bottom of this mountain edge and these hexes here, I guess roughly about the top, a little bit here. If they for some reason go to the north, I want them to sort of hang around the south here, so I won't populate the top with too much stuff. But the dragon, they could have encounters with it if they fight in here, and I think all the higher end, right? This is going to be like a 1 to 7-ish level campaign. All the like 4 to 7th level, dungeons and encounters are going to be on the mountain, and then there's going to be, or maybe it'll just be like the peak here. This will be all the high end. There might not be a whole lot of them. Well, I kind of want there to be a decent bit of them. I kind of do. But yeah, more to think about as we go forward. I can stew on that for a little bit. But I definitely want some easier encounters down this sort of outer belt, and then when they get closer to be a little bit harder. And maybe I don't have to make very clear gates as they go forward, especially not to the players, right? They just sort of learn as they go up the mountain. It's going to be harder. It's hopefully a little obvious to them that yeah, as they get closer to the the mountain where the dragon lives, it's going to be more difficult and stuff. So they can sort of judge the difficulty of a dungeon or an encounter or whatever from the distance that they are from the mountain. And I think it might be smart that this line, if they go straight here in a straightish line, they might encounter something that's too strong for them, right above their strength. Maybe not something that they can't beat, but something they don't want to fight, right? They might just be scared at because it can kill them, and then maybe they repeat, maybe they retreat, maybe they don't, right? I think you need to plan for them not running against the monster that can kill them. There's different ways to do that, but we're not building those encounters yet, right? We're gonna build this first town after we build the map today, unless for some reason this goes super fast. So I think there needs to be more towns. This is the big town, right? And I think we should use a different looking town for each of these. So we've got human town, we've got a little fortress, a couple little fortresses, and these as well. We've got enough, so we've got some bit of variety. So I think I'm gonna take one of these. Is this really big or small or something? Why is this not showing up at all? Well, it showed up there. That is fairly high quality, I gotta say, for these just probably being used as little tokens to represent small towns and stuff. That's actually not that bad. We might put this one a little bit out of the way, I think. I think I want there to be 2 towns between here and there. I think over here on the west side, right, it's a little bit more deserted, right? The big town over here is over there because it's going to be more protected, right? They're definitely going to be safe in the city. There's a proper guard and stuff. In this town, there might not be a proper guard. Maybe a few, watchmen to make sure the kobolds don't come stalking in. But the kobolds really don't want, they're not like goblins here to raid and just take whatever they want, right? The kobolds are there to protect their treasure and maybe try and find more. Nothing crazy going on. Damn it. I don't need that. And I think I want one more. I think I kind of like this fortress or maybe some ruins along the way. I'd like to put stuff like, caves and camps for when I make a dungeon and stuff down there. But I might have to add that after the session. I reveal that, because I don't want them to just know where all the dungeons and camps and stuff are beforehand. But I think them knowing where the towns are, I think that's fine. And I think I'll place this right. If they might want to go here, 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 and then this is like a little like slightly higher. Damn it! Keep doing that clicking off. And this little fortress here is controlled by regular people and stuff. But it's like in disrepair and stuff, and there's just a bunch of merchants or something hanging out there. We're not building this town today. We're not building this fortress town. We're building our first town here today, because I want to put a little bit of effort there, because I think I want them to sort of have a few sessions in this territory, right? I want them to have a little kobold sort of thing. And actually, since the kobold encounter is their first little encounter, I can put that one down. So I can take one of these little tokens. What do I want to use for a kobold camp? It's not a camp. It is a little dungeon. Let's see. There's different options for this. So yeah, I think we use something. Yeah, with like spikes sticking out of it or something. That seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna do that all day. Just grab things. That looks pretty pixelated. Not great. Maybe I should just move all this a bit closer. Maybe I'll do that. Let me grab all this and move that here. Here, yeah. I'm liking that a bit better. I'm liking this a bit better. And it looks a little too symmetrical around here, so maybe this town is like down here, right? The fortress is a bit up further, right? And more dangerous territory closer. And this kobold sort of thing is fairly nearby the town. And the kobolds don't bother the people. The kobolds don't bother the people in the town. It's just one of the small little, distant little troves of stuff that either maybe the kobolds have stolen the treasure from one of the dragon little hordes that are actually up in here, or something. Don't have to justify it right now, right? I just made the dungeon. Don't have to super explain it. Even beforehand, right? I can come up with something in the moment. Maybe the players have an idea and I just confirm it or something. Right? Not super important to make every little piece of lore and fill it out perfectly, because for the most part you can figure things out in the spot and justify them within the world. Or the players can think something up for you, and you can just say, yeah, that sounds right. All right, so we've got sort of. So I want the one encounter. It's gonna get them level 2 here, right? And I want to have forests and. Let's see, do I want to have rivers and stuff? How do I make rivers? I'll have to figure that out again. Forests are kind of rough because I got to place every single tree. That's real small. That little tree is real small. Delete that one. This one's a little big, actually. I might want them big, just so I don't have to place as many of them. Deciduous tree. Can I move that to the bottom? No. Yeah, the one tedious thing that I don't like is there's no like big grove of trees. I don't think that you can just grab and place. It's all individual trees and stuff. They have a decent selection. I mean, they've got deciduous. They call them deciduous trees here. I think they've got evergreens and dead trees as well. You can sort of mix it up, and that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have a. Ah, good. It cycles through randomly. Okay, good. So I don't have to fill this up perfectly, right? Just random placing, and then this goes up towards the mountain, and then something like that. See, that almost looks good, right? That almost looks nice. It's this random placement of trees randomly. That almost looks nice. Down to the edge of, probably be the edge of the map there. And there's just a little forest in between. And they can either go to this town, which is 2.5 days, not too bad. Or they can just cut straight across and try and go to the fortress, because I don't know how I want to motivate them to go to this big town. It's a big town, Well, actually, I do know how I want to motivate them. I think obviously they're going to have some magical items, and this town is not going to be able to pay a decent price for the magic stuff that they want to sell in here, right? It's only going to have a few, and maybe at most a few thousand gold pieces, maybe less, to buy their stuff, and not in there, and they're going to run them pretty dry pretty quick. Let's see. I'm gonna forest. I like this here. Where do I want to put other forests? I think maybe there's like a big one back here, back behind the mountain. Actually, I think, yeah, I can do this. So if you click and hold, you can put a bunch of trees down. Now, that doesn't look quite as nice. I think there are some settings actually. To, oh, can I not adjust saturate density? I think that's what I want. Right? Yeah, okay. Is this place behind? Yes, that does place behind, and I can Control Z and get rid of all of them. And I Control Z, get rid of all of them, get rid of all of them. The individually placed ones are still forked, but no, I don't want to grab the mountain. If I want to grab the mountain, I should move it. These trees are mostly fine, but I do want to replace them. Let's make this a little bit lower, about 60. 60 might be a bit easier. That looks a bit more natural. Yeah, so that's a decent placement. That's just getting really densitized. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a bit more. 55, maybe 70 was fine. I'm gonna place some extra trees within here. Right? Yeah, the mountain hides them behind there. And I might put some dungeon back here. I'm not quite sure yet, right? I'm not going to put all the dungeons in today, right? I'm just putting the big major cities and stuff, sort of designing the map, so I know kind of what it looks like-ish. And I can think about things as, throughout the week before I work on this again. Yeah, we've got... What other forest do I want? Do I want this town to be built into a forest? Probably not. Probably not. Do I want the entire mountain to be surrounded by forest? I don't think so. I think maybe like it's covered here-ish, right? There's a forest around on this side, and it covers up. Yeah, I think it like covers up this little fortress here. Maybe not a lot, but some here. All right, that doesn't look too bad. So I might want to skirt around, and I can leave this open plain here. I think the forest will be difficult terrain, so like it'll take them extra days to get through, which is why I felt okay moving the towns and stuff in. Will probably be the same, week and a half, 2 weeks to get to this town if they want to go there. And they will want to go there. I think players generally will want to go and see the rest of the map, because there aren't going to be a ton of dungeons over here. See, do I want to, let's put some more trees up this way. Happy little trees dotted everywhere. Just channel your inner Bob Ross. Put them all down. Yeah, and it looks almost natural now. Even though I know I definitely just hand placed these and just scribbling around the nice little density thing. Makes it look a little natural. I don't want it to be too big and open. I think, so I want to bring trees down here, right? I have no idea how to do art. I'm terrible at art. So deciding, what to add and what to take away, a little rough sometimes. Maybe some trees here, right? Should I fill up this little bit here? Maybe deter them from just marching straight up the mountain immediately. I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I could do anything and work with anything here. I just don't like the grass color. It's kind of wonky and crappy. So I'd rather like to cover up most of it with trees. I think we'll just use all the same trees. I know I was talking that there were different types of trees, the dead trees and pine trees. We might use dead trees. I might have some undead crypt or something like back here or something before that. Yeah, I think we'll do that actually. Let me fill this bit out a bit more and then grab some dead trees. I guess that's part of the reason why I kind of like streaming this, so I can just sit and talk through and babble on like I'm describing stuff, and that does really help me sort of coalesce my own thoughts. That is not a little too dense. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. As long as you can sort of see where my lines are. We just lower the density on that to 50 or something. Bunch of dread trees here, right? So once they get to the town, right, they should have a few levels. Hopefully, I'm getting them to the 3rd level before they go to the town, and then I can have some cool stuff over here. And I might place a crypt here. That's what I'm sort of thinking at the moment. Grab some of these and delete them so it's more rounded up here. That is not what I wanted to do. I can Control Z, right? I can remove and delete, thank God. Grab those. And let's put some more regular trees, yep. Back up to the 60-ish. That's fine. That's good enough. Yeah, we'll probably have some sort of crypt here that they'll easily be able to hear about from the town. This fort here, I don't know exactly what I want to do with that yet. I know what I want to do with the first town. That's why we're working on it today. Otherwise, no. Not quite sure what I want to do with the rest of this stuff. I have an idea for here in the big town. A little bit, or at least some ideas. What else am I thinking? Just to make this look a bit fancier. Let's look at what we got for options, right? We got obviously the trees and stuff. Rivers, I can draw rivers, right? I think that's what I need to do. You draw a river at some point. Let's try and get all the forests down. Should I do a pine tree forest? How would that look? Maybe, I mean, that's just a clear line. I don't want to do that, right? These are all almost the same exact size. No, we're not using those trees. They all stand so similar to each other. Fill it up at least to the corner here a little bit. Because we're kind of going to use this front area for the most part for the adventure, right? So, and then there's going to be most of the density is going to come on the actual mountain. As far as dungeons and stuff, right? There's these main 4 towns. I think I'm going to leave this. I think I'm going to leave that as just 4 towns total, right? This isn't some big, huge Storm King's Thunder size, all the Sword Coast and everything adventure. 4 towns is more than enough for what I want to do with this shorter campaign. Almost a module. And it still looks sparse, but I feel like you should have more foliage. And maybe I don't have all the options that I'd like. Let's put the river in, right? It's not path, it's brush tool. No. Mask tool. What does that do? I think that just makes the round. No, it's a brush tool. I was able to add rivers before in little lakes. Actually, I think that's in the brush tool. I think it is. Maybe it's in this tool. Create your own land masses. Yeah, okay, I see that. World generator, ocean. No, I'm not generating. I think I need to pick water. Yeah, I need to pick water. Oh, no, not what I want to do. I want to do this. And then that is not working at all. That is not working at all. Okay. Okay, that's better. That's better. We're getting there, right? We're getting there. But lower the roughness. Okay, yeah, I think lowering the roughness is do advanced settings. Pro stuff. Okay. Okay, but I think we can work with that, right? Let's put roughness to like 3. I think 3 is probably right. And I can. Okay, it's only faded because it's on the mountain down there. I think the size is a little. Maybe roughness was okay at 5. It doesn't look terrible, the color and pattern we got. I like it to be, I do like that little. Wish it was less rough. I do that smoother. Smoother if I do that? No. I think it's a bigger. Huh. What if I go for less softness? Not even less softness. I like that I can control Z and just remove things. But I'm not getting anywhere. Use for water and ocean. Okay. Let's work it out. I guess I do need to. I guess because I put everything on the foreground, I need to put everything else in the foreground. I don't know how to layer properly. That's on me. Where do I want this? Where do I want this river to be? Is it by the big town? I think it's probably between the big town and the fortress or something, right? Should I have a lake? I don't think I should have a lake. I don't think I should have a lake. I think I should have a windy sort of river that cuts across here, right? It goes there through the forest, maybe. Comes back towards the town before it leaves. And that looks terrible still. I gotta get this. I think the size is right, but I think the roughness, I wish I could go to like 2. Wish I could go even lower. Otherwise, I might just have to use this. That's a terrible line. It'll look a little bit more natural. There's other terrain. I can put like hills and mountains and stuff down here. I think I'll put hills like here or something. Or maybe even here, right? This might be raised a little bit. You know, let me remove that. I have a better idea. I have a better, I think I'm gonna come down here. Yep, and this is sort of like the edge for the mountain. It passes like that, right? Go back to this actually. Is that reasonable? I mean, I know it does look kind of like MS Painty and all. It does. It does really look MS Painty. The more I look at it, the worse it looks. Let's try it. Make a lot of changes. Consider saving your work. That's a good point. Let me save that in case, I don't know, my internet crashes or something. Surprised it doesn't autosave. That's probably a feature of the Pro, paid version. Wait, let me max out softness. Have I seen that yet? That makes it shitty. That just makes it shitty. Alright, see, that's a more blue color, but again, like, I don't like it. Let me just bring this to 2. Maybe we just go for that. I want it to be smoother than that. I want it to be smoother than that there. And that's too big, right? Maybe I can get away with 7-ish. Snap. I keep forgetting space is the modifier for moving and stuff. And we're making some progress. I kind of like that. I think we'll We'll stick with this. This seems relatively reasonable. Do I want it to branch off? I kind of feel like I want it to branch off a little bit, maybe. Let me put some hills in. I think there's some hills here, right? Yeah, there's hill looking things here. Let me here. Settings. I wanted to see my options. I guess I can see them there. And remove that last big one. That doesn't look too bad. Let me move here. And see if I can place another one. That is wrong. Why it switched back to that. I don't know why it is absolutely huge. 10, was that about right? Yeah, it looks like pretty decent hills, right? Between the forest and the hills, they've got the little river and it just sort of snakes around. Right, yeah, it does look a little cartoony, like I hand drew it, but you know what? I did hand draw it. You know what? Suspension of disbelief isn't that crazy. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Right, and you can probably do better. Learn from every mistake I make and don't do stupid shit like me. I mean, I wish it was just middle mouse button. Why does every single like D&D tool I use and map and everything uses a different button combination or button to pan? That actually isn't looking too bad now. It's got some mountains here. I might add some more over this way. Actually, yeah, I'm feeling that right now. So let's make it a little bigger. Not that much bigger. Those are some crappy hills. That is way too big. In 20 somewhere. Why do I want to put mountains there? Now that looks kind of crap. I gotta figure out why I want to put mountains there, because that's... Do I want them to go back west? I mean, I'm making this map, and for the most part, all the encounters are going to be within this area here, right? I'm not super worried about here. I just got to kind of fill that stuff in, right? I could literally just give them this map here, right? Yeah, let's actually zoom in and leave it like that. I might just give them this map, and tighter, or put together a little bit, right, to show it. There's hills over here, right? More hills, yeah, sure. Why not? All that way. What other options do I have? Let's just look at some more stuff. Do I have any more terrain options other than caves, windmill, watchtower, regular towers? But I put the dragon up on top. It's a red dragon, so it's the wrong color. Maybe I won't do that. This gives me an option to change. As a dragon, and he's behind the mountain. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, we won't do that. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of terrain. I could do this some small, more pointed mountain stuffs, but I think this is okay. I think this is okay. I mean, I could almost I would almost be satisfied leaving it as it is, right? I mean, let's move that, right? So I've got river that way at the town. This town's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I think I want to fill the rest of that there with trees. I think we want to put trees actually. Let me grab trees like that, right? Yes. Okay. And that will be the main picture there-ish or something. I want this here. Do I want it maybe a bit more to the side? It doesn't super matter, but I put it up north. It doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm being super picky about it. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it probably wouldn't be on a path between the towns because people probably travel there and they don't want to mess with the kobolds or whatever. There's no like road, right? Pitch black, but I don't think I'm going to draw a road. I think it's what the paths thing is for the prograde things. And I mean that's a fairly good. I mean maybe at the very least I throw some more trees down here, right? Actually, what size were these trees? 32. Okay. I throw another little bit of forest down this way. Make it look a bit. I'm gonna pan a bit more so I can just add some more, so I can fill it out. More forest over there. Yeah, just so it kind of looks like, yeah, there's a good bit of forest, there's a good bit of open lands, but there's a little bit of everything there. And you know what? I would be okay. I'm gonna sit here and try and brainstorm a little bit more about what I might add. But we added a shit ton of trees. What we did. Maybe that's the path accepted. Make sure you got plenty of trees in here somewhere. And I mean that looks like a map. That looks like a map. It was terrible. I was doing shit. That looks like a functional map that works, right? Yeah. I mean, don't look at the river too closely. It's kind of wonky, you know. I should put a bridge somewhere. I saw a bridge thing. Where is it? There's a bridge. Yeah. Let's scale that down a little bit. Let's put a bridge here, so it's like super obvious that this is an easy crossing point. Nope, I don't need two bridges, especially on a land bridge. That's great. That's perfect. Perfect. I could do a lot worse, and I could do a lot better. But yeah, I could do a lot worse. That's gonna work. Now I should name all these towns now, right? Unless I want to come back. I can always come back and change this map pretty easily before I actually run the game. But I'm gonna name them all now. Let's go grab the banners. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab a more fancier one for the big town. Bigger too. Do I want to put it over top? I think I do. Can I make that above? Yes, I can make it above the grid. Nice. Okay. So that's above the grid. I have to put text separately from there. I'm gonna do 36 because I like good round number-ish things there. Just go layer up. Yep, so it's above the grid. Perfect. And then I'm gonna even go smaller with like 24 for these towns. That's a little small. Let's go 28. This one down. Out there. Yeah, that works, right? And then I gotta add text, right? This is probably like font 8 or something. 10 look like 8's closer, but I think it's actually 6. So, okay, 5. 5 fits in these ones pretty good. And what do I want to name this town? What do I want to name this town? There's the text right there. What are some cool town names? This would be nice to have a chat to sort of prompt for cool town names. But if you're making your own names, let's see. I've got other generator things. Dual wield weapon name. Okay, so if you tried looking for random name generators before, you've probably come across this place names. And it's alphabetized, so I need to find town. That does not have town in there, so I guess we're looking for city names. City and town names. Okay. And I guess we have a huge series of town Roman town names. I like Roman towns. Nola. Done. Easy. I found Nola. Mola. Okay, no, we want Nola. Nola sounds cool. Okay. I guess I need to place it first. Nola. All right, let's go grab another table. What do we want the big town to be called? Let's get this a bit bigger, right? No, not too much bigger. 6, only one bigger. But, actually, Nola's a little big too. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Roman town there. I probably don't want another one with another N. Vana sounds dumb. Antium is obviously a real name that the players might have heard of. Minneapolis, yeah, that too. Got a pretty good generation. Eva, literally everything is, is named after Philadelphia. Everything is a Roman name. I don't have to take one of these directly, right? I could take one of these, like Duro Riviere, right? And I could name it something like Drossel. Drossel. So, Grossel. Yeah, it's kind of crappy too. DRO, I like DRO to start, or at least I'm already stuck on DRO. This is the hard part. This is the one of the most difficult parts of figuring out for your fantasy world is what the name shit. And luckily, I'm just sitting here and I'll just throw out some random shitty name just immediately because the players are asking. Yeah, luckily I can sit down and think about it. Dropa? No, it sounds like a planet or something. I'm playing a lot of Kerbal Space Program. That sounds like that sounds like that could be one of the planets or moons or something. Drona? Drona. That sounds too much like drone. I don't want drool, right? That'd be dumb. Drot? That's dumb. That's not like a big, nice, cool city name. I want a better name, a longer name. Drostad? A Russian name? That'll work. That'll work. We'll go with Drostad. That's centered on there pretty good. Drostad. That's not too bad. That'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Then we need some more names for the fort. So Fort, I always want to say Fort Dunstad because it's the name of the one in Skyrim. Vinova. Let's go with Vinova. I should place this text first so I don't have to change it. Fort Vinova. This is behind everything, so it needs to be moved up. Fort Vinova, and it's still not centered. Of course, it's not. It's a little hard to read. I might need to. I'll be able to put pins probably in this, and I'll show you how to do that once we move this to Fantasy Grounds. That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. All right, we need one more name. This can be a short-ish name. That'll work. I feel like this is a bit smaller than this was. Select it. Okay, and can I change the font? I can't. Okay, 6 is probably the right one to do. Same for the fort. Ooh, that's jumped up a little bit. That jumped up a little bit more than I expected. That looks fine. Cala fits in there sort of fine. It's a little pixelated still. Maybe I should have made this This is the full size of the map. I could have made it a bit bigger. I need to hit space to pan. I need to hit space to pan. Okay, and I'm going to save that there to my incarnate profile. Open up a pop. Hope that wasn't too loud. But yeah, the towns are all named. I got a decent bit of terrain, and here's the fucking mountain, right? And I mean, in the future, I'm gonna be placing dungeons and stuff as we sort of build them, right? But I'll do that. You know, as the players explore it, I might redo the map and place new attacks and stuff, or just replace the file. That might be easier. That's probably pretty easy to do. But let's get this exported. Export as image. I want a higher intensity. I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much. Reset clarity. Yeah, clarity. Done. HD export. No, I don't. 2K sounds good. Except it gives me this whole image. I'd like to cut this down, but I don't think they have a good tool. At least they don't have some. See, subscribe to the Reddit community, blah 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 blah. Share link. No, I think I'm done. Let's cut that out. I'm gonna minimize that in case I need to come back. And we're here at this bright, stupidly bright screen now. Where I'm gonna pull up images and maps. Go to that folder. See, I just downloaded it in my download, Argon Mountain. I'm going to edit this actually. I'm gonna open it first. And we're going to crop and add filters, right? Yep. So luckily Windows has some cool little tools that don't work. We do this side first. Is that about where I wanted? Zooms too much. And it shouldn't start zooming in until you let go. But no, the people at Microsoft don't know how to do shit, even though they've been doing it for tens of thousands of years. Okay. I want to save the copy, and I'm gonna put this in my maps thing. This would go under not my maps. That's usually for dungeons, world region maps. Argon Mountain, perfect. Or maybe not perfect. Let's see. Little pixelaty. But you know, I'm bad at this anyway, so it's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's good enough for what we need. Right? Let's go to D&D, and grab maps, region maps. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna copy it, and then go all the way back to here. I'm gonna paste. Now it's here, Argon Mountain. And it's probably gonna be at the top of the list all the time because A is fairly nice, and I can make that nice and big too, or small. I'll lock that in first before I do that. Let's see, you only got to pan left and right. You probably won't have to pan left and right at all. I really don't like how pixelated it is, but oh well. Oh well, it's not the biggest deal. Let's see. We've got Nola, Kala, Port Vinova. Right, this is good enough to read. Drostad. Right, that's good enough to read. This is good enough for me. Right, the players aren't going to spend most of their time on this map exploring. It's going to be a handful of important pins. Speaking of pins, let me actually add a note. Images and maps. Nope, I want to add a note because that's how we add pins. I'm going to create item, and I'm going to put the dungeon. And I can describe it a little bit here. So I'm going to say, actually, what did I put for the quest? Let me maybe just copy the quest. Global sorcerer. Let's see. Dungeon inhabited. There, sure, share. That's spelled right? Is that sorcerer spelled right? I think it is. So that's public. I can make that public after I unlock it. And then I can put that pin right there. Right on the edge there, and then I just need to make it shareable. So if it's green, then all the players can see it, and then they can just click on it and pull it up. Dungeon handled by colors their source. So they remember, right? You know, my players don't remember shit. And maybe your players don't either. So I literally have to give them a map and give them notes, and still they don't remember stuff even when I give them all the tools. But you know, that doesn't stop me from trying to do my best and giving them as much help as I can. Right, so I'm gonna label each dungeon as I go across it, so it's hopefully easier for them, you know, to keep track of where they've been and what they've done. Maybe I'll add more once they've defeated this here, so that they are reminded that yeah, they beat this at level 1 or something. And this is great, and we're pretty much done here with making maps today. So I was sort of tempted to make a map for the town, right? And I've made maps for towns before. I've got some different tools and stuff to make individual town maps. You can probably use this fairly well. I've used Dungeon Painter Studio, not to make a map, but let's see, where is it? Use Little Fantasy City Generator. Yeah, I've used this before to generate just a random maps, and you can change them and stuff to like a small town. You can do options like towers, water, you know, things like that, round, square. Change it to look things, but I'm not going to do this. I don't think I'm going to do this for any of these. Maybe the big town, maybe I'll feel a little bit more inclined to do this for the bigger town, make some sort of city like this. Yeah, now I'm looking at this again, I might want to do that, right? But a different day. Let's see, I wanted to turn city walls off, it's W. Okay, yeah. Then I want to remove the fortress, right? So I want to C removes that, and then there's a shitty little town I could literally rename, right? More roads? No. Farm fields? Sure. Greens? What's green? I don't know. Elevation doesn't change anything. Random? No. Oh, I can just click stuff on and off. Temple? That's fine, yeah. Coast? Is it a shanty town? No. Let's make this a little, make this medium. Nah, small was fine. I can change the city name. How do I change the name? I mean, aside from me needing, oh, I can just double click and change it. Okay. What was that, Nora? Nora. Why did I hit M every soon? Right, I can literally just confirm Nola. Okay, good. Thank goodness I didn't. Nola. This is Nola. Can I be like super specific with some of this stuff? Can I warp? Right, can I remove this in some way? Displace? Discard. Control Z. I'm learning this new map here. Okay, thank goodness that no one's watching me do something terrible. Something boring right now. Let's see. Oh no, I just want to rotate this. I can scroll. I'll make this thing. Yeah, that is some bad utility there. I'm gonna grab this way, so that's like a straighter line. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay. Okay. It's looking a little better. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm doing way more than I planned to do for this town originally. But you know what? This is fine. This is actually super easy. Why not? Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this here. Is there anything else? They're not gonna have a wall, right? Measure. What's that mean? Oh, I don't need that. Liquefy. I guess I would add water or something. Equalize, displace, bloat. Apply all this. Okay. No. Go back. Please go back. Please go back. The color one. That looks way better. Man, this is actually a really cool tool. I like this. No, I've used Asgard's before. I don't need it over. Nope. I'm just gonna. What is the PNG export? Done. Done. That's NOLA. The easiest easy map I've ever needed to do. Let's see. I need to go to images maps. I need to open that folder again. And then NOLA is in downloads, right? Let me cut it and just take it directly to that folder. Right, there's NOLA. I need to give it a capital name. That is a really nice map. NOLA. Lock it, right? That is big. Make that smaller. If I can, yeah. That's a bit more reasonable size for what they would use. And can I link? Can I link NOLA to? Yeah, I can. So I can literally have a pin there that will pull up the NOLA map if they wanna stop it. That is so cool. I haven't done that before. And then I can put additional pins onto this map. So let's make that shareable, right? So we've got NOLA right here. There's the pin for the map. That way they don't have to go scrolling through the images and maps over again. Damn, I forgot my pop was full and I just spilled some. Not a whole lot, but now my hands might be sticky. This is actually pretty cool. Okay. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna build this town, right? And I guess I built this town. I built the actual town. But what I meant by building originally was that I was gonna populate. I was gonna make a list. Probably another note. That talks about the town of NOLA. Right, so I'm gonna start with town. That way it's easy to find. And let's talk about the town of NOLA. This might be my own secret little thing that I don't show to them at all, right? And I might reveal smaller stuff. I might put little pins in here that I slowly reveal as I talk to them more about stuff. But what does the town need? What does this little starter town need for adventurers, right? I could do some crazy stuff with the towns. Like there's ideas of having like a town that, you know, has vastly overpriced stuff because adventurers come through all the time and spend all sorts of money because they have the money to spend, right? And maybe I do that if I know my players are experienced or something. I change this up a little bit, but I don't think you want to go crazy here, at least like pre-building it all in general. But at the very least, I want to do the hard part, which is getting names of people and what buildings are in here. So tavern. There's only one in town, right? This is a small town, so there's only one. And it will be the, what do we want to call it? What are cool tavern names? Let's go to the generator. That's not it. It's, oh, I need to grab a new window. Does the generator have some cool stuff? Where's the generator? Cool weapon wield thing. Place names. Tavern names. Steel Gorilla Bar. The last bowl. Done. WL. So there's going to be a tavern named The Last Bowl. There's only going to be one tavern. There's going to be a, I don't want to call it a temple. I'm not sure I want to call it a church either. I'll probably call it a church. Church. I'll give some more details, right? The tavern. I'm gonna leave some space to give some details, right? We'll get back to the tavern once we figure out all the buildings. So we're in a church here, right? And this is a church to what god? What god? I know some gods. Sometimes I want to mix it up a little bit. This is a farming god is usually Sylvanas, right? One of the big ones. She's more of an elven god though. I've seen John used before. I am terrible spelling. Church. John. God. Harvest. John. I shouldn't say the god of harvest, like he's a god of harvest, but actually I should put a comma here, right? That's better grammatically. John, comma, god of harvest, right? And then we'll get back there in a little bit. What else do we want in town? We want a blacksmith. A blacksmith, and then it is run by some person, right? I need to put some more details of him. Nothing too crazy, right? Just come up with some stuff beforehand about who he is, some general stuff. Don't have to fill everything out. But let's just get a name now, of course. Like a burly blacksmith name. Gregor. And he is I just make him just a human dude. Regular old human dude blacksmith. Let's see, and he's got, we're not going into that yet, right? And is that all we want there? Or is there's gonna be a well here, right? In the square, right? This is probably the temple. The blacksmith is probably here. And there's the other one, the tavern. This is the tavern, and this is the blacksmith. There's somewhere there. One of these is a tavern. We'll put it down a little bit. Let me think. And I can add to this later too, right? Once I figure out some more encounters and dungeons and little adventures that I could go on, right? But I think that's a good start. I've got, for a small town, those are the big three, right? And I think we'll start filling. So the tavern is owned by, I always capitalize the second letter. Always fuck up and hit extra buttons too. Owed by Restore and his wife. Haley? That sounds pretty close, right? Those are easy names to come up. Christor and his wife Maylee. Do I need more than that? Right? I don't think you really need more than that. So you got the tavern owned by Christor and his wife. You got both their names. I could come up with employee names too. They probably got just their kids working there. And let's see, fill it in there. I kind of feel like I want to put it in the same. Christor and his wife Maylee, comma. Yeah, kid names. I did those two names really easily, but now I got to figure out two kids' names. I'm gonna give them two kids. Doesn't really matter how old they are or not, right? I can figure that up on the spot and then add that in later, depending on what fits the situation, right? I'll do something easy like Isaac. You spell Isaac? I gotta go to Google now. Issach. ISS. Is that right? ISSAC. I guess that's it. That looks wrong to me. But children Isaac and Marin, which is also the name of Krillin's kid in Dragon Ball. So if someone catches that, I don't know, maybe I'll give them inspiration or something. Maybe, but again, these names might not come up, right? What else is here at the tavern? Oh, you know, I should have a general store. I was just thinking like, oh yeah, are they going to buy and sell stuff at the tavern? No, they're obviously not. There's going to be a general store. That doesn't have a name. It's the general store in town, right? The tavern's called a name because all taverns have a name. Churches are a church to whatever god, and a blacksmith is whatever blacksmith owns it, right? And the general store is probably just whoever owns the general store, and that's I don't know. Callaghan. Is that how it's spelled? Callaghan? I don't know. It's a name, so I can spell however I want. Except Isaac is a real name. Is Callaghan a real name? I don't know. I guess we go back to Google. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so his name's Callaghan, and that's how it's spelled. Done. Executive decision. Even though I'm pretty sure Callaghan's a real name. Let's see. Callaghan, he is... Does he have a wife? No, he's probably just some old dude. Old man. Yeah, he's just old man Callaghan. Actually, yeah, I'm literally going an old man whose wife died years ago. His kids are gone. Perfect. Okay, so back to the tavern. Before we get back down there and do the rest of that stuff. Owned by Christopher and his wife. Children is Isaac and Marin. I need more than that. I really don't. There's nothing super special about a tavern, so I don't need another tab. I'll leave it empty. Right. Now the church, John got a harvest. Who is the priest? There's just a cleric named let's see, we've had Christor, who the dude, Gregor's the dude, old man Callaghan's the dude. That's the lady now. Let's do a lady who owns the church. Doesn't own the church, but runs it. what are female names that start with H? I don't know. I went to H, and I was like, just blanked. Just absolutely nothing. Just like I want H. Somehow I know there's H names. Oh, the comet. H-A-I-L-E? Haley? That's not how you spell Haley. H-A-L-L-E-Y. Thank you, Google. H-A-L-L-E-Y. Sister Haley's there, and you should be able to buy stuff at the church. She has potion shit. Right? There's not a proper alchemist here, I don't think. So Sister Haley, she's got a handful of potions on sale, so got some potions for sale. So she's got, I don't know, we'll say 3 healing potions. And they're worth, 50 gold. What other potions might she have? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the starting. Those are the starting potions she's got. Let me go to see what other cool low-level potions they've got now. Did Tasha's release anything new? Tasha's is due. I haven't seen a whole lot of it yet. But potion. I'm just going to 5e tools. Let me pull it onto the main screen. 5e tools. I'm looking at potions. I'm going to sort by rarity common. So they've got healing potions, watchful rest. Magic can't put you to sleep, and you can remain awake during long rests. That sounds fucking cool. She's gonna have one of those. Actually, I'm gonna pull up that again, put it back over here. Has no effect on elves. Right? What's comprehension do? Comprehend languages. Okay. Yeah, let me put this over here so I can more easily copy it. So potion of watchful rest. Watchful rest. 30 GP, and a potion of comprehension. Copy. Control V. That one will be, I don't know, asking 70 GP. Doesn't really matter. It could be 100, could be less. These are just common potions. I could have a. I don't think I'll use a potion of climbing. Not that I think of. If I do, maybe I'll put one in here. But yeah, that's her current stock. And once she's out of that, she's done. They're not going to be able to get any more. They're going to have to go to town, to a bigger town that's got proper alchemists, and use that. So let's see. So she's Sister Haley of, who takes care of the Church of John in town, and some of the farmers, and stuff come to church and do their thing. And she's got some stuff to sell if the players are looking to buy some stuff. So now we've got the blacksmith. The blacksmith doesn't have the greatest stuff. He can. Let's see. Actually, I don't need to see. I want to be a basic, straightforward blacksmith that can't make plate mail, either half or full plate and stuff. Maybe not even splint. Basic forge can't make splint. Or plates. 2 T's. Okay, can't make splint or plates. And probably can't make like high crazy looking weapons like glaives or whatever either. But I don't think I need to state that, right? If he's got a basic forge and can't make splinter plates, he probably can't make some other more exotic stuff, right? He could put a sword together for you in a couple days. You'll probably do that if you're gonna pay. Might charge a little extra because he doesn't have a whole lot of materials, but I think that's good enough, right? Is he married or something? Maybe he is. That's not super important. It really wasn't important for the tavern, but I need something extra for the tavern. I should probably put the price here. Because what I like to do with new players, and I don't like to keep this throughout the entire game, right? But I like, charging for room and board and food and stuff is something I want to keep track of through usually the first 3 levels. And then after that, I'm just like, okay, that's a tedious little mechanic thing. I'm giving you guys tons of money. Obviously, you're gonna always have food and board wherever you go, unless there's some unique situation where staying someplace is really expensive, right? So, so it's important if I'm going to keep track of only the first 3 levels, right? The town that they are going to be staying in at least a few nights is going to have 1 GP per night. So that might be 2. That might be 2. Maybe that's a little thing. It's 2 GP per night. It's not. It's double, right? And it's different from what is normally charged. But maybe the tavern's got to make money, right? It's the only tavern in town. Why not skim a bit higher? And then maybe if he pisses them off early on and expects trouble, maybe it's 3 GP or 5 GP. Who knows? Who knows how the party dynamic is going to be and how he thinks of the adventurers and stuff. So this is pretty nice. I got a decent bit here. The general store, old man Caligan. I want to say Caligula, like the Roman emperor. But general store has basic equipment, and that's pretty much it, right? I don't need to do some crazy stuff. It's they just got mundane items, mundane adventuring gear, right? They don't have warships and stuff like that. They just got adventuring gear. So maybe not everything too doesn't have like antitoxins or alchemist fire, or maybe he does. Maybe he's got like 1 or 2, but doesn't have a whole lot, right? A monster hunter pack versus Trot. Okay. Yeah, he probably has most of this stuff. Maybe short of like a spyglass because it's worth 1,000 gold. And he'll probably buy some gems from him as well, but he doesn't have a whole lot of money. He's got basic equipment. I probably need that again. I probably will actually. Basic equipment, comma. Will buy up to, let's say, 600 GP treasure. And then that's sort of a little bit of motivation. Like they're going to come back to town and want to sell stuff to the general store, maybe to the church. And they're going to go around to these different places and be like, hey, we want to sell this stuff. And the blacksmith will be like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll buy one thing for a few hundred gold pieces. And the general store's like, okay, yeah, you guys got a bunch of treasure from the dungeon, right? I put some treasure that they're going to roll for probably in that dungeon. And they're going to come out and they'll probably be able to sell it all in town from that first dungeon. Right, they're gonna want to keep a lot of it because magic items are fucking cool, right? They'll obviously want to keep them, but whatever they do, their second adventure, I'm not exactly sure what their next little encounter will be. I'll have some things planned out, which we'll probably do next time, and I'll build those. But this time, yeah, I think that's it. They're gonna have 600 GP, and he's not gonna buy any more. I'm gonna have to keep track of that, right? And let me actually put some pins in. Actually, can I put pins in? Not directly from here, right? I can share records, or I can put the town of Nola. I think this is mine. This is my little town of Nola notes. Splint plates. Just to put this clear. Or I don't want to say he can't make martial weapons, right? He can make a long sword, short sword, but I don't know if I want, or I don't know, expensive weapons. What's the right? 5e weapons. Pull it up real quick and let me look at it. I'm just pulling up the Roll21 little thing, right? Simple weapons, obviously easy to make. But like I wanted to be able to make, great axe or great sword, but anything super expensive. I see. I don't want halberds, like weird. Yeah, just maybe I just don't worry about that. Maybe sure he can make a halberd if you show him how, or maybe he's like I've never made one of those before. A halberd or a glaive, don't know what that means. Never made one of those before. Or flail out, right? You know, I know what a battle axe is, right? Or special weapon, right? I'm just gonna put that there, and maybe that's not super clear to a player or someone who reads that, but that's good enough for me to just be like, okay, yeah, he's not a super skilled forge or a blacksmith. He can't make splint plates, or like a glaive, which he's never seen before, doesn't know how to make, right? General score was got basic equipment to sell, and we'll buy up to a certain amount of treasure before they got to move and go to the other town, right? And now what I need to do, I need to make some more notes so I can put pins into this map. So let's go. So we got the town of Nola, which that's my copy. So let me say, I don't know, GM town of Nola. So that's for me. That's for me. Don't give that to them. And I'm gonna make little notes for something like do that again. Last bowl tavern. Tavern. I need to copy and paste this, right? Yep. C. It's easy. Owned by Christopher's wife, married, children, Isaac Martin, perfect. And then I can just drag that tack to where do I want to put it? Where's the tavern? Yep, this is the tavern. I think I said earlier that this was the this is a church, but you know what? The church is smaller. This is the tavern, which is bigger. Because they're not feeding people in the church. Not feeding people in the church. The last bowl, which is tavern, and my Christians with me. The players can know that, so I'll make that public. That's fine by me. I'll make that shareable. Nice. I need to capitalize that L. That's gonna bother me. My nose is getting a little stuffy from talking for last hour and a half. But actually, it looks like this is gonna take about 2 hours to finish up. You want to finish a little early, but I do like how I did the little YouTube recap at the end, so we'll do that as well again this time. Let's see, church. Gotta make the church. Church. Did I spell it right? Church of John. Right, and I won't put the potions here in this description yet, right? They might only know Mr. Haley. That's it for now. Public, right? And then I'm gonna put that. Where do I want to put this? I should like over here, right? Click, shareable, perfect. And then we want the blacksmith. We'll do that next. Gregor's blacksmith. Do I need to fill anything out here? Right, because they won't know that he can't make splint and plates until they ask him about it, right? And they know he's a human dude. I guess we'll just put that in there, right? Doesn't need a whole lot of special notes there. Finish that up. And the blacksmith, where does he live? He lives in, let's see, we've got the general store left, which, yeah, we'll put that there. General store will be right near it there. And the town's almost done. We got the general store run by Old Man Callaghan. General store run by Old Man Callaghan. And I don't need to put anything else. Everything else is pretty straightforward with it. All right, that's right there. That's shareable, right? Public. They can all go through there and see that again. And then these are my notes. This is all I need for things that the players may not know. And I'm pretty much, that's all you need for a starting town. I mean, that's probably me going above and beyond, more than I normally do, to build a little town like this. that is not bad at all. I think that actually turned out a lot better than what I expected. So yeah, I've got the town of Nola, right? It's got a little GM in front of it. Should I? I kind of want to put like brackets around it, so my notes are separate from their stuff, right? Because it sorts the what are these special characters above standard stuff. I would kind of like to put Nola here as well in front of all these. I might do that later, right? Like I did with the encounters, right? I put KD for Cobalt Dungeon over there. For all the encounters, I might do that differently. But I think that's it. I think that's what I set out to do today, and I think that actually turned out really, really well. So let me. I guess we're gonna do same thing as I did last time. Is I just did my sort of YouTube video and description of what I had done. Some last time, just right at the end of the stream before I cut it off, and then I'm probably just gonna edit it tonight over the next like 30 minutes. Just cut out what I need for this. I mean, obviously, no one's watching any of my videos yet, because I don't know what I'm doing, and no one else knows what that I'm doing it. So it's turned out really well. Can I actually link? Yeah, I got a link there. They can just they can see Church of John. That works out perfect, right? Got that. That just works great. All right. And now I got the tedious task of me figuring out how I want to start the video. Big drink at the very least. Scroll out so the whole map is visible. Then I guess we'll start it with welcome back. This is the second part of me building a little campaign sort of module for the Dragon of Argon Mountain, right? And I've built a little bit more here, as you can see. I've got the map we put together just today. I've put 4 towns here. Like I decided for a short little campaign that runs about 1 to 6, 1 to 7-ish level. That 4 towns, I could probably fill up enough little dungeons here between it to that's more than enough for what I need to use. And I also built the first little town today as well. So we already have the dungeon, the Cobalt dungeon here, right? And I've got little tack for the players to sort of understand where they're going here. But before I get too far with all these maps and stuff, I built this one on Incarnate, right? It's not super great, right? It's a little pixelated, it's a little hard to read, but it actually came out a bit better than I expected. This one was not bad at all, and it just took a little bit of tedium. Me hemming and hawing over all sorts of little things, and it's sort of almost pre-planning for a few more dungeons, right? And I've so far built the first town that I expect the party to be in, Nola. And I mean, at first I wasn't going to build a whole map. I was just going to have a list of things here and there. But it was super easy. I used, what was it called? Well, I used this to help name the tavern, the Last Bull. But I used Medieval Fantasy City from whatever this is. And I had some options, changed some options, and I came up with the Nola map, which worked out pretty well. And yeah, it actually looks really good, especially for something I created all by myself with, obviously some good help. But I put that together. I've got my own notes here, right? The tavern is probably 2 GP per night. I put some names of some stuff, just some basic stuff that I don't really need to delve super deep into, but it's nice to have all the names figured out beforehand of a bunch of people. And it might be nice for me to just throw some extra names in here, some other families that are living in here, but that might not be important unless I try and throw another little little tiny adventure or dungeon or something in town that might involve the other people. But these are the big important people. We've got Christor and his wife Maylee. They got 2 kids. They run the tavern. Doesn't need to be any more detailed than that, right? That's good enough for session 1, 2, probably even 3. There's a little church down here. Church of John, God of Harvest. Sister Haley is pretty much the only the only like religious person who's working there, and she's got some potions for sale, right? That players want to buy potions, so she's got a total of 3 healing potions. Potion of Watchful Rest, which lets someone stay up over the night and be able to watch while still getting essentially a good rest. And then Potion of Comprehension, which will let them read or do something. I don't know if that's gonna be super important or not. That might be cool for me to add that into one of my next dungeons, something they might need to read. But that's all the potions she got. When she's done with those, they're all gone. She can't get any more. At least within the few first levels are going to be here, right? I got a little blacksmith guy named Gregor. He's just a regular human dude. Can't make anything special. No splint, no plate mail, or special weapons. Like, he can make a long sword, he can make a sword, a battle axe, but he can't make a glaive. He's never seen a glaive before. Doesn't know how to make that. Now, if another player has proficiency with smith tools, they could make something like that. They could, I would say maybe it's okay. They can make splint, but he doesn't have a strong enough forge with enough, of the equipment to make plate, right? And we've also got the general store run by Old Man Callaghan. Got pretty much most of the basic equipment. Maybe not alchemist fire, spyglasses, some of the more crazy stuff, but like ball bearings, backpacks and stuff. Perfectly fine. And I sort of got a limit for him for how much of the treasure they're going to buy, because I want them to be here for a few levels, right? I want them to be in NOLA for few levels, right? They're definitely going to be there until 2, because I'm going to start them off in the Cobalt Dungeon. But I want them to also have motivation to leave NOLA, right, and go to one of the larger towns, Drostad, at some point, right? Cal is a little bit bigger. Maybe they'll stop there for a little bit, but it won't be much different from this town here. And I think I'm only going to make these maps for NOLA and Drostad. Although I say that now, and it was pretty easy to put this together. But the idea is for, this town only has a limited amount of resources, and the adventurers are going to exhaust that pretty quickly, right? The potions are going to run out quick. The forge is not going to be enough. They're going to want splint. They're going to want plate at some point, and they can only sell so much of their treasure. So eventually, like, this is sort of my motivation, outside of trying to get them to just adventure towards that direction, to go to the big town that you can sell all your treasure, buy and get all sorts of stuff made, right? That's how I want them to sort of move their way over here and sort of stay away from the mountain at first, the big mountain with the dragon, and not just go march straight up there and get killed, right? And as short and sweet as that was, that took me, about an hour and a half to do. And I'm actually really proud of that. This turned out better than the last, map I made. And I really like this. I haven't used one of these maps in quite a while. This came out rather well. I'm really proud of this. And I appreciate anyone also who's watching. Decided to click on this. No one's watching me right now. No one's watching my videos, listen to the stream. Every once in a while, someone will pop in, watch for a little bit, might say something. But if you're watching this, in the future, right, I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to doing more. Even without the support of hundreds or thousands of fans like a lot of these other creators do, I've really liked this, and I don't have like an idea or a plan for this campaign, for players for it yet, and I may not, right? But I really do like sitting down and just designing dungeons and maps and campaigns and stuff. So I appreciate everyone for watching, and we'll see what we're doing next time. All right, and then this is the end of the stream. This is the end of the VOD. I appreciate you guys for watching too. Again, didn't have a lot of people show up live, but if you're watching the VOD, obviously I really appreciate it. And I hope you're gonna see the next one. Yeah, peace. What is it? What is it? Yeah, Matt Koval does the peace out thing. I don't know, I'll figure out something else. We're just ending it here.